What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I would like to welcome you all to the Free Agents podcast. And before we jump into it, let me just bring in my fellas. What's going on, guys?
Peace. Oh, hold on.
All right.
We muted.
I'm muted.
You good?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now? Dope.
You know, this is live, so
Elbow Greasy, where you at, bro? We can't hear you.
He can't hear you.
he's frozen.
We trying to unmute you.
Frozen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Go.
Okay. Well, can you see me?
You frozen with the diamond in the sky.
I know, right? That's off the moon right there.
Oh,
Illuminati.
all right.
Happening.
Well, look, we'll jump into it. Hopefully, he'll become unfrozen shortly. But yeah, this is the Free Agents podcast. Thank you all for joining us today. It's I don't know, like so many words that I want to say, but I can't say, or I should say. But I'm just really excited for this to be taking off, and really excited to be doing this with three of my best friends. And so, yeah, let me tell you what the Free Agents podcast is all about. So the Free Agents podcast is about four Black men on a quest to define freedom. And so with that being said, I want to introduce these four men. I'm going to hand it off first to my boy Bel-Ami, and then from there, we'll come back around to me at the end. So Bel-Ami, who are you, and how are you defining freedom today?
What's up? My name is Bel-Ami, and I'm a husband. I'm a musician and based here in Brooklyn, originally from Houston. Also the owner of Accidentally Purposed LLC, which produces the 6 Degrees podcast, and working on it, which you can find on my pages. And, I'm defining freedom by deciding where I'd like to be bound, like deciding my limits and my own limitations as I move throughout the world.
Love that.
Elbow greasy. And then he kicked out.
Oh my man, you were so silent earlier.
Nikki, how about you take over?
It's all good, man. Yeah, he gonna pop back on. Yo, what's good, man? There you go. Did he be back on?
Yeah.
It's got to be you, man. It's got to
be me. Who else would it be? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
You good.
Oh my God, that was horrible. You know what? I was trying to set up my Twitch page. I was like, oh shoot, I didn't check with Derek. I was like, you know what? It's all good. I think that's what.
Good. Yeah,
that's what messed me up. Anyway, my name is Lever Holmes, aka DJ Elbow Greasy. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Lived in New York for 20 years, and currently in the Bay Area in Oakland, California. Man, freedom to me is just basically knowing where you came from, knowing where you are, and knowing where you're going. I'm a teacher, a DJ, a lover, a writer, a husband. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. What's good, y'all? Now that we all here and feeling good about ourselves. My name is Ricky Getwood Jr., certified life coach, certified personal trainer, overall lover of life. I'm a husband, musician. Man, I have too many hats, honestly. I don't want to call them all out, but I'm just here right now, and I'm feeling good. And the reason I'm defining freedom right now is just this moment, being in this moment, being intentional, being present with my brothers, having this opportunity to grasp freedom. It's this is it right here. This is freedom for me.
Nice. All right, y'all. So it comes down to me. I'm Derek Smith, better known as DJ Star _22. I am a husband. I am a father. I am a son. I'm all those things, but more than that, I am a professional agitator. So what that means for me is I'm all about, irritating the hell out of you, agitating the hell out of you, stirring it all up, so that, when the dust settles, all you get to see is your goods and your gifts. And so that's who I am. That's what I'm about. And I define freedom today as 42. So yeah, I'm going into my Jackie Robinson and excited and everything about the next hour, what's about to happen, because change happens for me in sevens, and yeah, this podcast is a great way to kick it off. So yeah, for freedom for me is just like breaking barriers, because that's what he did. And so that's what I'm going to do.
Dope.
All right. So next up, we got some rules, y'all. So I need y'all to, make sure that you follow these rules. They're pretty simple. Bel-Ami, you want to tell us about them?
Very, very simple. Listen, we have one rule here at the Free Agents podcast, and that rule is to think and speak freely. Listen, we're not here to inhibit you. We're not here to put any boundaries or barriers. We're not here to muzzle you. Speak and think freely. Actually, we do it in the opposite order. Think. That does matter. A couple other things. Listen, this is. I just want to give you a kind of flow. What's going to happen? So, you've met us, as you saw on the thumbnail for this, probably. That the name of this episode is One Night in Miami. It's going to be the topic. We're going to talk about the hot topic here of the day. Then we'll move into a couple other portions where we got some fun segments here that I think you really enjoy. If at any time, there's something you want to say, there's something you want to ask, feel free to drop it in the comments below. We're just like your exes. You know what I'm saying? We stay in your
DMs.
We stay in them constantly. Don't be afraid to drop anything in there. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do you one better. And right now, however you're viewing this, if you look in the chat now, I'm going to put a link in here. And this link will allow you VIP access, come backstage. And if you've got something to say, feel free to share it.
Backstage, underage.
Come backstage and
It just sounds good.
you're speaking too freely. Too freely. Anyway, you can click that link. It'll pop you right here backstage. And it goes for this too. If at any point throughout the night you are offended by anything we say, like DJ Star told you before, he's a professional agitator. We're here to agitate you, to get your mind going. And if you feel offended by anything, drop a comment in the chat or pop in here backstage and tell us to our face. We're here to push boundaries.
That's right.
And, as I believe, the only thing that keeps people separated really and keeps us from understanding and empathizing with one another is conversation. And so I believe we can begin and we can heal any relationship with conversation. So that's what we're here to do. Push boundaries, learn from each other. This is an interactive show, so make sure you are in here. And with that, that's all I got to say.
All right. Well, let's jump into it, shall we? First topic is One Night in Miami. All right. So, let me tell you first how I saw this whole little movie, right? I think it was a Friday because I was a workout day. I was doing yoga and new music always comes out on Fridays. And I happened to be scrolling and I see this I always try and look for new music to do yoga to on Fridays. And I was like, all right, let me look at it. And then so I listened to the tracks and I was like, man, it's got a lot of Sam Cooke tracks. It's like, okay, what is this about? So then I go to YouTube, of course, and I check out the trailer, and I was like, yo, these are free agents. Mm-hmm. And so I quickly shot all of y'all a text, and I was like, yeah, we have to watch this movie. And then I want y'all to tell me who is who in this movie. Which one of us is Ali, which one of us is Sam Cooke, which one of us is Brown, and which one of us is X. And so when I watched the movie, the first couple of things that came to mind for me was first, that was one hell of a night, because I remember that world famous photo of Ali in the pool. Who knew that was a day that he changed his name? Who knew that was the day that Jim Brown decided that he was going to quit football? Who knew that was the day that Sam Cooke was going to write A Change Is Going to Come, and that Malcolm X had decided that he was leaving the nation? I was like, yo, this night, if this night didn't happen, the world would be a different place. And but what was so cool about it was that they all sort of found their freedom that night. And that's what I thought was dope. Is that like all of them experienced their freedom for each other, and then not only did they experience their freedom for each other, they were able to like push each other, and like that's one of the things that I want us to be able to do is like push each other. And like tonight, I'll put it out there, like we all on this fitness challenge, and Bel-Ami was like, all right, y'all, I close my rings. Y'all gonna close y'all's, and so yeah, fitness challenge. So what did I do? I decided to put my kids to bed, turn off the lights, and dance to their the good night music for like the last 30 minutes so I can close my rings. But yeah, that's why I want to get it started. Is like, what did y'all think about the movie? That's what I took from it. But yeah, I'd love to hear what y'all some thoughts.
So I gotta hurry and just say it because I'm anxious to get it out of my system, man. Because like when I watched it, and I kid you not, it was literally each one of us, besides the looks. We ain't going like light skin, dark skin if you want to. He was a little bit darker, he was a little bit lighter. Bit. Those rules technically apply, but it's like, and I've been knowing Bel-Ami for a while, and I just met, you two guys, and so it's like y'all's character literally lines up with those guys. I'm like, that's why when you said, I called it being messy. But it's like, yeah, you pretty messy, and you stirred up some stuff, and he stirs up some stuff, and Bel-Ami is super like passionate about his music, and then you got my boy DJ Elbow Grease, who is just like, man, Jim Brown, like really trying to make this transition, but super political at the same time.
Yes.
The part that like really threw me off with Jim Brown was amazing when he went to old dude's house and he sat on the porch.
Yes.
He got the lemonade and he was like, I got you, man. I'm come help you out. And he was like, Negroes is not allowed in here. They had to nerve to pat him on the chest. And immediately I thought about Elbow Grease like
time out, because I gotta correct you on that. He didn't say Negroes. He straight up called
niggas.
He did.
I think it matters because Black folks called each other Negroes, then everybody like Negroes is acceptable.
Yeah.
He literally offended this man and had no. It's not that he didn't know; he didn't care because that was in his own way. He was free of any judgment that may have been passed, in the receiving of that. So he was right in his freedom, but he was free nonetheless. He was like, nah, ain't no niggas allowed in the house.
Yeah, it was so comfortable saying it. It was like you said, he was so comfortable saying it. And so that of like, I ain't taking no more of this shit. That's it. And it's something had like sparked the change in him. And I think about Ali, like, I'm not gonna lie, as vibrant, as silly as he was, I really saw that being me. It was like, super, like being super athletic, but always kind of like that, the peace in the room, trying to make light of everything, joking it off. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of me, So I thought it was amazing, man. And I'll definitely go watch it again.
All right. We had a question in the chat. So, oops, my bad. So the question is, who is Jim Brown? So that comes from this beautiful young lady I know named Erica. But yeah, anybody want to explain who Jim Brown is?
Like who he is as a person, or who, like, which one of us is Jim Brown?
No. Like, who is he? Like, for the people who didn't watch it, although I felt like she watched it with me, or maybe she was asleep. Go ahead.
Maybe he's like the most underrated unknown of the four, right? I know he started an organization called American, but I mean, if we go further back, the dude was I believe a varsity lacrosse star in Long Island, and then went off to Syracuse and broke a number of records at Syracuse. I'm not sure if he played lacrosse at Syracuse also, apart from football, but I believe he went off to the Cleveland Browns. I'm not sure all the different teams he played on, but left NFL and went off into being an actor. And I think he was in the first interracial relationship shown on television, possibly. It was with a white woman. Not that that's freedom, but that was at the time.
It might be for some people.
At the time, it was opening the door for this opportunity, or at least if you look at what happened with the Supreme Court case of like loving, like the idea that it's unconstitutional to be, in an interracial relationship, but or certain states didn't allow it. But anyway, like he just pushed those boundaries. And then something he's not known for is the American, like really working with folks who were in prison, particularly out of California, and just working with the most marginalized of society. So he's always been in the fight. Apart from going to the White House with Kanye and talking to Trump, we're not going to get into that, but yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, he was there with Trump. He was there with Kanye when Kanye was talking to Trump. You know, so
you see why you are you. You know what I mean?
I thought I was Malcolm, man. I thought I was Malcolm. Call me Jim Brown.
Malcolm was obvious. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it. The agitator, the bow tie, Derek.
Yeah, hey.
Right.
Big game changer in American culture. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, and this is all with everything that you just said, Lever is, or DJ Elbow Greasy is an aside from his football career. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew him as the football player, and that's who he was. He was the one who first set the Russian record, which stood for years until I forget who came and broke it, maybe like OJ or something. But it's so interesting because there was a part of the movie too where they said, we are all wealthy, successful, they're pretty much all celebrities.
Right.
And it's going to lead me into something else that they talked about too. But, in order to even have a voice for change, to be able to affect change, you got to be great at something,
Yeah.
And like Jim Brown said in there, he said in the movie, he said, yeah, as long as I'm winning, it's nothing that they can do to me.
Right.
And I find that a very interesting commentary on just our position here, because it's as long as we're winning, you know what I'm saying? There's no opportunity for us to fail and still be impactful. At least that's what I took from it as Black men back then, and even in many ways now.
Yeah, definitely still now. One of the things I took from that and literally holding on to it is like, hey, they knew what they knew what their talents were, they knew what their gifts were. The biggest thing is having somebody to like, yo, make sure you understand where you're at and how to utilize your power. You know, a lot of people get to a certain platform and they just, we could say, you forgot where you came from. It's like, well, like you got to this platform, but what are you using it for? Is it just to make money? Is it just for women? Is it just for whatever? But it's like, nah, you can actually completely change the game with this platform.
Yeah.
To a certain level, it's like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you wasting time. That's why Malcolm was just so passionate about, look here, dude, stop wasting your time. You got, I like when he pulled out that old album when that white dude was singing. He was like, look, why is he number one and you not? And he got pissed. Like,
that was a heavy moment.
Yeah. And the way he was like, this part right here. Yeah.
I can't even be mad at you with that one. But yeah, that's what it is, man. It's like understanding your power. This is like what we're doing right now. We all have our own individual platforms. And when you get to this platform, like how are you impacting the world? And that's what's happening right now. I love it.
I mean, and I think that's what's like really important is that like you have to do something with the power that you have. Like, and bringing this back to like freedom and being free is like, that's the point, right? Like if we are going to push because for me, it's all about like this idea of building generational wealth and not having my great grandkids go without. Like I want them to have something, I want to be able to leave something for them. And so it's like, that's my power. That's what I want to be able to pass on to them. And so, that to me was pretty important, is that like, you have to do something with what you have. And if you don't, then, what's the point?
I got a question, man. You said something, and all right, y'all gonna have to be mad at me with this one because I heard somebody ask somebody this particular question when we talk about leaving legacies. I want to leave something for my kids.
Yeah,
and they asked in the coaching session. It was like, is that a selfish act? Is it a selfish act to be like, I want to leave this money for my kids. I want to create this. I want to create that. Is it a selfish act, or is it like, does it really, really mean something? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, let me say this. I'll say it like this. So for me, um, I know that like when my grandparents, when my grandmother, she's all this left, and then when my parents pass away, like there isn't there isn't anything outside of memory, and I think like it's important that like to pass something down so that it can help move us as a family forward. And like that's what I want to be able to do. Like I want to be able to continue to lift our family, to lift our family name up and push us into like the next echelon of whatever that is. And I'm not saying that like my grandmother or my grandparents or my mom didn't do that, because of what they did, it was enabled me to go to college. I was the first person to go to college in my family. Right. And so now I'm like, okay, if I'm the first person to go to college, then like, what is it that I can leave? And for me, I feel like being able to leave something financially so that they don't have to end up in debt in college like I'm in, is far more, is greater than like, just saying that like, oh, my great grandfather or my grandfather, was the first person to go to college in our family. Like I want to be able to say, oh, like he was able to like leave us something so that we didn't have to pay for college if we didn't get a scholarship or something.
Or just don't have to go to college.
Oh yeah,
You'll be successful.
Right.
It's funny. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, it's funny. This reminds me of like when my mom passed away. She had all these like she got into the stock market and she put a lot of money away. Not that she had a lot, but what she did have, I mean, there were accounts that started coming up like, oh, she had an account here and then she had an account there and she put something aside for you all here. And so like, I mean, with that money, we were able to buy our first home, right? And no longer rent in New York. And then, when she passed away, she actually was at the time, she was the first, one of the few who've ever gotten a national certification for teaching in Compton Unified School District. So she left behind, and in addition to getting her master's, so I felt like she left behind the steps for us to catch up, right? She's like, this is the playbook, you know what I mean? Apart from the money that we left you, like I left you a playbook, but the directions aren't in there. You just have to somehow or another aspire to get there. You know what I mean? So yeah, you have to be selfish. And I think there's nothing wrong with that because you're not going to see those fruits. Those fruits are not to be seen. It's just for them to experience, So,
yeah. I think we have a really good comment here that I think is pertinent to this conversation. Appreciate you, Delbert. Money is a tool. Leaving it for your kids is good, but if you don't have anybody teaching them how to use the tool, then the tool can be pointless.
And then I promise you,
there's a follow-up. It's important to be able to teach the future how to use the tools that were left.
No, that's so dope. The funny thing about it is I had a client not too long ago, and they were literally just telling me how their kid blew off millions of dollars. Okay? And that, and look, I'm grew up broke, and so I'm like, dude, you mean to tell me this kid wasted $1 million? But that doesn't make sense. It's like, yo, leave something, but leave the education behind, make it make sense, because you blow $1 million. I'm not gonna lie, it took me about 30 seconds just to kind of gather my thought, because I went from this nigga. You lost how much money? And here we are trying to get it together. You know what I mean? But yeah, that makes obvious.
And I also want to say something that what Lieber off of DJ Elbow Greasy, what he has said in terms of I've had conversations with people who are like, I'm buying this house, and houses you got to put like a certain percentage down, 10, 15, whatever, right? And they'll be like, that'll be in New York, it's like $200,000. And
so 20%.
Yeah. And so then it's like, I'm going to get that. My parents gave me that money to put a down payment on a house. Like, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like, I'm not in that position to even like pass on like that kind of leverage of real estate, because that becomes an investment. Right. And so like now, even like for me, if I'm going to go buy a house, not only do I got to take out a loan for the house, I got to take out a loan for the down payment, or I'm trying to just give like 1% down payment, and that's not even making a dent. So like, I think for me, like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's this idea that like being able to go to a person, or being able to go, like, your family becomes the business, your family becomes your bank. And that's not a bad thing. Like, it's like, yo, instead of going to the bank, I'm just gonna go to my family, and my family's gonna be able to be like, okay, we'll loan you this, or we'll give you this at 0% interest, so that you'll be able to then continue to do what it is that you need to do. So like, that's when I talk about like this idea of generational wealth. Yeah, and you're definitely right that like, I don't want to just give money for people to blow it. And I'm definitely going to be teaching my kids all about stocks, because I felt like if I knew what I know now about stocks, if I knew that in my 20s when I was just like starting to make money, oh, I don't even know if we'll be sitting having this conversation right now. Like, I would be somewhere different. But my thing is, like, I think we all learn things when we need to learn them, but we definitely, and shout out to I'm giving a shout out to my boy Delbert. That's my former student who is now my teacher. But like, yeah, like, my thing is that I definitely want to take the tools that I am learning and pass those on and pass those down. So yeah.
I also want to, before we get too far off the movie, because even though this is a key theme throughout the movie, there were several other things that like just really hit hard for me, and I'd be remiss if we didn't get a chance to talk about those things.
Gotcha.
And I'll just rattle them off really quick. If you catch on to any one of them, feel free to comment on them. But there were a couple quotes. Malcolm X said, "Strike with the weapon that you have. If you don't have any knowledge of financial planning or anything, that's cool. You probably have a trade that you know really well. Strike with the weapon that you have." Because I think that was a point when, they said, Malcolm said, y'all are our greatest weapons. And Ali was like, no, we're not weapons. Or one of them said, we're not weapons. And he was like, well, strike with the weapon that you have. You know what I mean? Also, in regards to how Malcolm viewed Sam Cooke, opposite ends of the spectrum, I think, in context of this movie. But it just reminded, we don't always see the work that others are doing. And so it's very easy to discount someone, or, piss on it, oh, they're not in it. They're not real. Well, you don't know what's going on. Like, and it's because you're just ignorant to these things, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to know everything. That's why you know as much as you do in your one area. And as you know more there, you're going to miss something here. But especially in the Black community, Uncle Tom, somebody quick to call on Uncle Tom, you know what I mean? But you don't know what that brother's doing in that space. Also, I'm gonna run through these real quick. You will never be loved by the people you try so hard to please. Malcolm.
Yeah, I know that one. I'll leave it at that.
That hurt us all.
This is another one. Power is a world where we're free to be ourselves, to act and think like we want. And then also just a couple other things I jotted down, just the accountability that these brothers had for one another. Was beautiful. And I feel that right here in my tribe. And so if any of those things stuck out for you, feel free to comment. If you're in the chat, drop something in the chat as well. And, make your voice heard. Once again, I'm going to drop the invite link in here. So wherever you are, if you want to pop in a little bit later and give us your thoughts on anything we just spoke about, feel free to. Go ahead.
I just want to say one thing. One of the things I loved about the movie was that these are all artists and great folks, activists, who unfortunately, kids like middle school, elementary, some folks who are in college, like, they don't know much about him. They might know one aspect. Muhammad Ali was a fighter, but you don't know about his activism. You might know Jim Brown was an actor, but you didn't know how great, because I didn't value how great he was as a football player. I mean, the things I saw him do. You might know of Sam Cooke as a singer, but you didn't know that he owned a record label. And he, allowed, was it the Rolling Stones, I think, to sing their song, and then he gets paid for it, right? So, and then
he
Sam
his
Cooke,
masters.
Jim Brown, exactly. Sam Cooke, Jim Brown, Malcolm X. Like, a lot of folks know of Malcolm as this. They may know Malcolm, but they don't know the depth of Malcolm. So what I like is how Kemp Powers and Regina King repackaged these idols for us to be able to see in this generation. Like, they are still relevant in this Black Lives Matter Trump era. They're still important. So I think it's important because for children that we teach, they oftentimes would never have heard of these folks, and it's up to us to repackage it for them to keep their legacy alive. So I just wanted to share that.
That's what's up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think, and shouts out to Regina King, man. She did an amazing job. I think very much in the vein that you just said. I'm really glad. These we saw each of these characters in a different light than we've ever seen them. I'm so glad this wasn't Malcolm X gets shot. I'm so glad this wasn't Muhammad Ali goes to jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad this wasn't Sam Cooke got murdered. These are all stories and I'm so glad it wasn't Jim Brown likes white women a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right.
All these, narratives that are contrary to like any progress, you know what I mean? Or any real beneficial learning. And so, she did a hell of a job. With this. And I found something to hold on to in each one of the characters.
So I never thought about it from that perspective of like, you normally see a Black movie and then you always showing the bad stuff about them, like I said, I never thought about it from that. So it really leaves you with this feeling of like empowerment. I feel good knowing that, seeing these good parts of Muhammad Ali and how he made the transition, so I can completely relate to that too, even in my own personal journey, like spiritually, just like being able to transition from this guy that everybody knows to becoming more spiritual and like the route I want to go, versus Muhammad Ali going to jail, talking noise. And I love how he was pretty much using, I forgot the wrestler name. He was like, you realize when he talk noise, people pay him more money.
Yeah.
He just being himself and like being jovial and talking noise, but that was just like his thing. And the transition, still being himself, but also having a spiritual foundation. That was just, I never thought about it like that. So good shout out to you, bro.
Yeah. So I want to say this, and then I want to sort of put a button on this, but I think at the end of the day, what I really noticed in this film is that they all had to make a choice, right? They all had a decision to make, and they all decided to make that decision. And I think, that again, not to just keep going back to it and being corny on this idea of freedom, but it's like, that is what it boils down to, is like, are you able, A, to have choices, and then B, be able to pick the choice that you want. And so like they were all able to sort of like do that. And with that being said, we're going to transition.
Hey,
go ahead.
Shout out to the women that were in their lives. I mean, geez. I mean,
oh yes,
Betty Spaz, Sam Cooke's wife. I'm not sure who Muhammad was, but like, I mean, shout out to those folks who were soldiers that we just never saw, to get them to propel them to make those transitions. That's all.
Also, I do want to clarify one thing that was just like creative license that was taken in this movie.
Okay.
Sam Cooke actually performed that song before the Muhammad Ali fight. So it didn't necessarily come from that, but given the fact that they were friends, I'm sure there was some agitation in him to have him do that before. But that was just some creative license that was taken.
Okay.
That I learned after some research further into the screenplay.
Got it.
Dope.
All right. So before we transition, hold on one second. All right. I had to read my notes. All right. So before we transition, I do have this is my promo period. So I wanted to give a couple of shout outs. First and foremost, shout out to the most beautiful, what what now I know that all my friends happen to call her for some weird reason. And it's just weird. But like, shout out to my queen, although all my friends call her queen, Erica, my wife. I want to shout her out and shout out her lovely baking goods. That's Miss Fenny's Sweet Shop. So if you are interested in getting anything, especially some cakes, she has those, and you can only buy the cakes to eat. All right, not her cakes. Shout out. Also want to give a shout out and a promo to another friend of mine who also does some amazing meals. It's called the Fat Girls Cookbook. You can follow her at the Fat Girls Cookbook. Her name is Ty. She makes amazing food. When I used to work with Ty, like, she would be hooking me up all the time, bringing me lunch. I've never had the opportunity to try her seafood mac, but I think it was my brother who was just in here. What up, man? Glad to see you. Is that him? Yeah, it is. What's up, man? So I want to shout her out. And then lastly, if you don't know, then this is just the first of many things I'm bringing out. All of my Instagram, all of my social media has said stand by for January 31st. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is DJ Star _22 Gaming. So you can follow me on Twitch over there. And I'm also on YouTube as well. And then I'll be bringing out some what up, Ty? And I'll be bringing out some other stuff coming real soon. That's just my little hint. All right. So with that being said, I'm passing it over to my boy Bel-Ami. What you got for us in this pick a side?
All right. So this is something. Listen, I'm always about, and if you ever watch 6 Degrees podcast, there's a game that I play every single one, and I'm all about the games, man. That's how you learn about people.
Yep.
You just really learn a lot about them. So, and listen, if you are offended by what I'm about to say, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to pop in the chat. I put the link in there. Tell me how much you're offended. Tell me to my face if you're really about that life. Listen, so living this life as a man, we are often forced to pick a side. And
yes.
I'm sure you can understand what I'm talking about, right? Otherwise, life gets very uncomfortable if you don't pick a side and stick with that side. You can't just pick a side, flip, flop back to the other side. It just looks strange. You can't be at the office flipping sides after you've already picked a side.
Or in a marriage, flipping sides. And all of us are married. So
the name of this game is Pick a Side. The way this is going to work, one of us is going to put forth a topic, and each of us will have to go around and pick a side of that topic. For instance, somebody might say cold or hot. I might say cold. Derek might say hot, so on and so forth. No explanations whatsoever. However, if you would like to hear more about one of our choices, jump in the chat, let us know, and when we get to the Q&A portion, we'll definitely address it and get an opportunity. Listen, that is the only chance we will get to explain ourselves. This is a practice in letting go. There is freedom.
Speaking freely, yeah.
There is freedom in letting go. And not holding on to things or not feeling like I have to further explain no. It's okay to think how you think, feel how you feel. It is what it is. Keep it moving. Let's go. Pick a side. Now, this is the order we're going to do. We remember the order, gentlemen.
I'm first.
Levert, Ricky, Amir.
There we go. Perfect.
Good.
Cool.
How about I do it this
Bobby,
way?
Ricky,
Derek, Levert, Ricky, Amir.
Cool.
Boom.
Perfect.
Wow.
Okay.
Technology is a must.
So are you asking the first question, or am I going to ask my first question?
No, you're going to ask the first.
Here we
question.
go.
So asking the questions goes in that order too. So after your first one, Levert's going to.
Ooh, I got a good one. All right, I'm going to start you guys off warm, not hot. The second question is definitely going to be hot. All right, so the first question I have for you is...
Are you answering your own question, by the way?
Yes, I'm gonna answer it when it comes back around to me.
Yeah, no, whoever puts forth the question answers first.
Thank you.
All right,
go.
All right, here we go. So, and the way I want to say this, I want to make sure I say it right.
Oh,
Come on. No.
That's it.
I just changed it.
here we go.
Whoever puts forth the question answers last.
Yeah.
Oh, see, such a
Yeah.
jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so now
I fam. I fam.
I can switch my question back to the other one.
I don't like you. I don't like
All right,
you.
here we go. Here we go. You know me, I'm a professional agitator, so I'm gonna push some boundaries today, y'all.
I know.
All right?
That's
As
fine.
we're doing this, remember the rules of the show. Think and speak freely.
All right, and these are both yes or no. So my first question is yes or no. All right, and so the question is, are you okay with your wife doing the busted challenge
Oh God.
on Instagram or TikTok? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
No, extra emphasis.
All right, Lever, you up?
Oh man.
Hold on real quick. We have Delbert's asking,
Can we answer too?
can we answer? Absolutely.
He said no. He said no lukewarm questions. All right, Lever, what you got?
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
All right. So you can take this any way you want to take it.
That's
So
what
it's up to you. It's up to you. All right. So here we go. Just got to pick a side, as Amir said. Sade or Anita?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Anita.
I'm gonna go with Sade.
Sade.
Anita.
Ooh, we are 50-50 all the way, y'all. All right.
All right, it's on me, right?
Yep.
All right. This one is interestingly and funny at the same time. So, raw chicken or grilled chicken?
You know, for the humor, I'm gonna go with I like my chicken rare.
I'm gonna kill you,
Yeah.
Derek. But
Hey, make sure y'all ask a question about that.
no
Y'all wanna ask
questions.
a question?
It's
Ask
just
a question
pick
about
a
that.
side.
That's the question you wanna ask. Delbert, if you need a question to ask,
Pick a
that's the
side.
question.
Nah, man. Of course, I like grilled chicken. What you think this is, man?
What you think this is? A teacher get together?
I'm going with grill.
I'm definitely going with grilled.
Oh boy.
So just I can clarify.
No.
Wow.
Clarification. Nope.
If the people want to know, the people can ask.
That's right. If they want to know, they'll ask.
We can't answer and clarify here, but we are obligated to answer their questions.
Hey, I want to post. Let me just. Not this one. Here we go. This is Ty. She made a plate chicken for you.
Are ready for mine?
Yeah.
Community or self?
It's me?
No, it's me.
Oh, yeah.
Community itself. Here we go. I'm gonna go with community.
Community.
God, I'm gonna go with self.
Self.
That's yeah. All of us want to say something. I can feel it. Everybody,
Oh God,
This
this
is
is blood in my mouth. Man.
Round 2.
I want to say something so bad.
All right, so this one was inspired by Bel-Ami. All right, here we go. Mutual hall passes in marriage. Yes or no?
What are you doing, man?
I'm agitating, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm agitating.
God. My wife just logged on too, I think. I'm telling log off right quick. Hold on.
It's on you, DJ Elbow Greasy.
As we're doing this too, I'm also posting some of these other answers in the comments here. So
I learned from Ozzie Davis and Ruby D. Yeah.
Clearly, your wife ain't watching. All right, next one.
I hope her family's not either.
It's on me.
Yeah.
The fact that okay, I'm just yeah. Okay. No. I'm gonna say no.
Yes.
Man, we gotta talk about that another day.
Derek, your answer.
I gotta go to sleep tonight. You know what? Yes.
Freely.
Yes.
Freely.
I say yes.
Thinking
Freely.
freely, my brother.
I say yes.
Jesus.
I'm waiting for her to pop up in the chat.
Oh, she about to pop up. I'm waiting with my popcorn.
Behind your ass.
Oh, is it on me again?
Oh.
Really quickly. So we have Gary Smith is in the chat. What's the YouTube channel so I can switch over there?
Yeah, I try to pull up. I'll post it in there. Hold on 1 second.
Want to thank you once again. Everybody here. Thank you for tuning in, whatever platform you're watching. Most of our people are here on YouTube. You know, you can follow us at the 6 Degrees. What is it? I'm sorry, Free Agents. I'm so used to doing my shit.
Shout out to 6 Degrees podcast.
Free Agents podcast on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook.
Dope.
All right, here we go. Hold on. I'm about to post it in there.
Oh, we have a good one.
Hold on.
That's a good one, Kadre.
Here we go.
Is it my turn to drop the
it is.
It is? All right. I'm assuming you said hold on, say like
Oh no, I'm good. I posted it in there.
All right, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, take this how you want to take it. All right. White meat or dark meat?
Oh God.
Dark. Always.
Definitely dark.
White meat.
I don't even like the way you said it.
Wait, so you said white meat or you said dark?
White meat.
Oh
Jesus Christ. Okay. It's on me now, yeah. Oh no, it's back on.
And that's on is it back on you, Elbow?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like the bones, man. Yeah, take it dark.
What? Doing bones?
Is it bones
ain't
juicy
got no
or something?
bones, man.
I'm confused, man.
No. My mama cook, she would always use dark meat, and she would say like, because you add the seasoning to the meat, and then the bones absorb all the seasoning. Like,
is that what happened?
Yeah, man.
Is that what happened with the chicken?
Oh wow! Ain't nobody asked about the chicken.
We're doing too much explaining here.
Okay, here we go. Next,
yeah, much explaining.
Who's up? That's you, Ricky.
All right, this is gonna be fun. All right. Please don't be mad at me, wife. All right, so here's the deal. Weave or natural hair?
Natural. That's easy.
All natural.
Natural.
Yeah, natural for me too. Okay.
Look at that. We love our sisters.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Shaved or unshaved?
Shaved.
Unshaved.
Definitely shaved.
Shaved.
Oh, we love our sisters. I thought we all natural.
Hey.
Listen, that
Look,
completes. Pick side is over with. Now listen, we have a couple people who wanted to get some things clarified here. We have people who want to get things clarified. So let's handle that. ... And this one was a good one. First of all, where was it at? Oh, Cherie wants to know. Expand on community versus self-question in response, please. Cool. So, and I noticed we were split 50-50 on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thinking is you are no good to your community
Mm,
if you are not good to yourself.
Right.
And maybe not say no good, but you're not the best you can be for your community. Furthermore,
that's good.
what is a community full of people who are half of themselves or a third of themselves? How great can that community possibly be?
Exactly.
And so I think of how this world has changed just in general, from a world where we really value community to a world where we're like really promoting self. And I think we've lost a bit of that community. And I still think it's necessary. But I also think part of that shift has been because we've lost ourselves in community so much, that, we never focused on self. That's why, people stayed in horrible and unhealthy situations and relationships, because that's what your community expects. You know what I'm saying? You weren't honoring yourself by giving yourself space and freedom to walk in whatever freedom you decided. So when I think of community or self, it's all about health. And the health of a community lies in the health of its individuals.
Nice. So can we all explain?
You can comment as well.
Yeah. So I want to. Yeah, I see you back there. Cadre's snapping. All right. No, I want to comment too. So for me, it's very similar, but almost the opposite in that, like, I don't. I gain my power or who I am through my community, right? So, like, for me is like I can become a better self because of the people I surround myself with, or I will become a worse version of myself because of the people I surround myself with. And so, like, I mean, in case in point, is like these last couple of months being around you brothers has like definitely like put a battery in my back to
Right.
make me want to go after and do the things that I want to do, and that y'all help hold me accountable, and I'll help hold you all accountable. And so, like, and I've just noticed that now that I've started surrounding myself, especially around more men, that like that is like it's just been a powerful movement for me. So that's why I end up going with community, and that like that's sort of the thing that's helping me hold my feet to the fire, making sure that I get the things done. So
I agree. Can I add to that too? Are we out of time?
Go ahead.
no, yeah,
Yeah, and Bel-Ami, you hit it all the like freaking nails right on the head. For me, understanding self allows me to know which community I want to be a part of. Once I figure myself out, I won't waste a lot of time jumping into a lot of different groups. This was why when y'all hit me up, I was like, this is perfect. Yes, I know myself well enough, and I know what I need, and I need this particular community. I don't want to go jumping back and forth. Like, let me try this out. Nah, man. I know myself good enough to be like, this is what the community I need to be in order for me to elevate.
All right, I got you. That was good. That's good.
Thanks, man.
You want to throw anything in there, DJ Ebo?
Sure. I mean, I like what Ricky said, because it's literally like what my wife and I did this past year. Like, we left the community we love in Harlem, and we moved to a community we just didn't really know and didn't fit in North San Jose, which is pretty much like Silicon Valley. And within that, there are people that are brilliant and have significant number of skills, but they don't want to create community. They just want to focus on self. And it's the nature of the work. I get it. But it's made me really value the sense of community after that experience. So yeah, that's all.
Dope. Listen, Cherie, thank you for asking for that clarification. I think that was necessary. Yeah, so that concludes the first installment of Pick a Side. Listen, if you would like to suggest some questions for Pick a Side,
Yeah.
You can do that. Just slide in them DMs, and make sure you're following us on all your social media platforms, so on and so forth. Who's next? Oh,
You got a promo, man.
listen. So
Actually, I'm gonna put it on you real quick.
Thank you. I am.
I got you. Oops, that's not you. Here we go. Still learning.
Come on. Listen. So listen, if you're new, if we haven't met before, my name is Bel-Ami. I'm a musician. I make music, make good songs too, I think. Also, I host a podcast myself. If you are following us on the Free Agents podcast, make sure you follow also Bel-Ami at BELAMI_music on all your social media. And also, tune in each and every Wednesday. I host a podcast of my own where we go live just like this format via YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And it's called the 6 Degrees Podcast, where instead of separation, we decide to highlight the ties that bind and focus on those things that keep us connected. My next guest is the one and only Mr. Robbie Tolan, very good friend of mine, solid brother. If you're not familiar with his story, I really, really urge you to tune in this coming Wednesday. Many of you know him as a former baseball player. He was shot by a Bel Air cop in Bel Air, Houston, in 2008, December 31st, 2008, around the same time as all of these other brothers were getting shot and coming, like the Trayvon Martins and all these other people who were being murdered in the streets. And he survived, and he tells his story, and he's told his story many times over, and he's still here affecting change. He's my guest next week on the 6 Degrees Podcast, next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Tune in on all of my social media. That's it.
All right. Appreciate.
Dope.
All right. Next up is
Mm-hmm.
my man Levert with what you call, I'll let you do your thing. Freedom of expression, Levert.
Free agent of the moment. So we just lost someone who I've met once, and similar to Bel-Ami, I think Bel-Ami was like, real talk, like, I don't know much about her, right? I met her, this would have been 1995. And she was going to be speaking on my college campus at Wesleyan University. I was 2,000 miles away from home, and I was walking across campus, and she was walking the opposite direction. And she was in this regal red outfit from head to toe, and she was walking with the president. And I think I was headed back to my dorm so I could get ready to go catch my flight. So my head is in all these different spaces. But when I saw her, I just saw home, And I just said, hello, Miss Tyson. And she just, said hello. But there was something that moved me in my heart, because oftentimes there are Black people that we're supposed to know. And we're always like Moby Dick. It's a great book that everyone claimed they read, but they didn't read. You know what I'm saying? Like Cicely Tyson is one of those folks in Black culture, right? And so many Black folks know about her, but don't really know as much as they should, right? And I will count myself as one of those people. So in times like this, when they pass away, as a DJ, you would then play their music. So when it was Sam Cooke's birthday, I was playing a lot of Sam Cooke song on Friday, but it was tough because I was not this past Friday before last. I was like, ooh, a lot of these Sam Cooke songs my mom told me about, but I don't really know. So when it comes to artists like Cicely Tyson, what I want to do, I just want to share other folks' words, and then we can get into it if that's okay.
That's cool.
So first, I'm going to start with my mom's favorite gospel song, This Is My Story. This is my song, Blessed Assurance. I'm not going to sing it, but y'all should know how it goes.
Blessed Assurance. Go ahead.
And then secondly, I'm going to go with this, and y'all should know who this person is. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
That's my boy Langston.
It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places with no carpet on the floor bare. But all the time, I've been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So, boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps because you finds it kind of hard. Don't you fall now, for I still going, honey. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. So that's Langston Hughes. And I think of the sacrifice that she put forth to make sure that she portrayed us in positive lights, because she knew how people thought of us behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Viola Davis said about her in her book, In My Lifetime, it just came out. So Viola Davis says, in Miss Tyson, I saw a dark-skinned woman with the same fro as my mother, an artist who carried herself with pride and poise. Time and time again, she put our humanity on display. She was aware of how we Black women are expected to water down our complexity. A life of true significance has unlimited impact. And then last, I mean, I could go on, but there's a brother named Wesley Morris in the New York Times, and his piece was so powerful because he talked about Cicely Tyson held it together when we were falling apart. And he says Tyson was a peculiar kind of famous. I was never told of her importance. I just knew. Everybody knew. This woman was somebody. She looked sainted, venerated at 29, 36, 49, and 60, even in anguish. It's impossible that it's possible that happens once you've played a 102-year-old formerly enslaved woman in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, and after you've played Kunta Kinte's mother, or maybe those roles happen because you radiate venerability. She walked with her head high, and that's what I saw when I saw her. Her chest out, her shoulders back, as if she were carrying quite a load that never seemed to trouble her because she knew she was carrying us. So for me, it just made me like, when I see her and I see her skin, I think of just royalty, right? Like it just illuminates, for the world to see. And if you haven't read Miles Davis' autobiography, because I sure haven't, but I have it. But
I love the honesty.
but I immediately looked through the index. Like, ooh, what did he say about Cicely Tyson? You know what I'm saying? Ooh, this would be good to share. But what I learned was, like, that was his third wife, and he got, like, she got him off of cigarettes because she felt she didn't like the way it smelled when he kissed her. She brought him vegetables, try to ease him off and away from the toxins that have been in his body, but made him want to get back to the music. And so any woman that can take an artist like Miles Davis and want him to get back into music and away from the toxins and live to 96.
Whew.
I mean, if that's not a free agent of the moment, I really don't know who is. And Madam Queen in Hoodlum, if you haven't seen Hoodlum, she was Madam Queen. She was, the head of Harlem. So just in whether sounder and she started off she was a model. Like she was a secretary, and someone saw her as a secretary, was like, you would be good in a movie, right? So to take that and to hold that weight for us, you gotta just, I have to acknowledge her as the free agent of the moment, if not the century, right? So yeah.
Thanks for that, man. That's dope.
No doubt.
I forgot that she was married to Miles.
I did not even know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Back to how you said, you were talking about the women in the lives of men in this movie, and often they get overlooked, but they are just as essential to the story. Like,
Indeed.
their story is completely different without them,
Indeed. I didn't mean to suck the air out the room.
Oh, no, you didn't, man. I mean, I think it says something that, like, people, you just left us in awe.
Yeah,
silence.
It was a take a breath moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I die, I want you to speak on my behalf, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say everything.
I will, no doubt, man. No doubt.
All right.
Ooh. So you trying to say I'm gonna die first? What you saying?
Do nothing
you know what?
Hear from me.
This is what I'm about to do. I mean, I'm not, by no means am I taken away from Cicely Tyson. But it's 12:11 a.m.
Oh man,
Oh man, wait a minute.
I
Let
need
me go
right
get
now.
myself. Hold on.
Everybody in the chat right now, get you a drink. If you didn't see, I just put a link in there. If you would like to pop in here, ask a question, give a comment, just come talk to us. Or if you just want to be a part of this toast that we about to have right here, if you got a drink in your hand, click
Got a
that
drink
link
in your hand.
and come on back here, and we're gonna give my brother. Oh, so what you drinking? That look like Hendrix. Elbow greasy. That's Hendrix.
I thought you were talking about me.
This is Hendrix Midsummer Solstice.
Listen, it don't say I can recognize liquor.
How about this right here, though?
Can you recognize this right here?
That's that Signet, brother.
And y'all are professionals. I'm like, what is that?
That's because you're too busy being RPGM, and you know you reprogrammed your mind already.
Right. I'm like,
I'm not gonna front. I don't really drink liquor except for special occasions. I'm a wine drinker. So yeah.
Thank you for the happy
Same here. I've
birthdays.
been having a few more special occasions lately than I normally do.
Right.
Oh, you know what? I had a bottle of wine too, but I was like, nah, for this one, I got to get the scotch, man. Got to go with the scotch.
Ooh. Oh, that's that Bel-Ami scotch?
Yeah.
nice.
You know, we do what we can. Hold on, real quick. I gotta go fill my cup up. Hold on.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Well, since we're taking this commercial break, leave DJ Elbow Greasy. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that you got going on?
Whew, boy, got going on. Oh man. So sure. I am on Twitch. You can find me at www.twitch.tv /DJ Elbow Greasy. So I normally DJ Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then your occasional Saturdays. So Mondays will be talking all that jazz. So I really enjoy learning about jazz music, playing jazz music, and then seeing the jazz samples and how those jazz samples connect to either hip hop or soul. And so I like doing that on Mondays. On Wednesdays, it's kind of open format, but it's more or less wind down Wednesdays. So, we might honor a particular individual. We might do that on talking on the jazz on Monday. On talking on the jazz on Monday also. But wind down Wednesdays, it's an opportunity just to unwind, just kind of relax and just chill. And then Friday, I like to take custody of your soul. So it's supposed to be soul custody on Friday.
Ooh, soul custody. But that soul child support. Or soul support.
You know it. I actually got the name because my mom and dad were fighting for joint custody for us. And so one of the things that they had in common was Michael Jackson. When I would drive home, my dad would play us Michael Jackson when he drove us home, and my mom would play Michael Jackson in the house too. So just this is past, I guess in the past week, we've done tributes to Anita Baker. So I got a Anita Baker mixtape I put on Mixcloud. We did Alicia Keys' birthday. I believe that was Monday, if not Tuesday.
You got that Sade in the background.
Yeah, we did Sade recently. And
you did a Mary J 3-day marathon.
That was when I was also like struggling with work. I was like, I can't do all these hours. So I did Mary J Blige. So I've really been enjoying doing just like a retrospective of artists to give them their flowers. So yeah, come check me on Twitch. And got a couple of podcast ideas coming down the pike, but we want to work on this one right now. And then
got a question for you, buddy.
Oh, what jazz vinyl would I recommend? Oh man. If you don't have any Billie Holiday, you need to get Billie Holiday in your life. Her voice is impeccable. One of the greatest voices of all time. So Billie Holiday, of course, any Miles Davis. I mean, Kind of Blue is the classic, the standard, but who's really been putting in work are
I also say that old Quincy too.
who?
Quincy.
Definitely.
I'm a bitches brew kind of Miles Davis person personally.
So Madlib did this thing called Shade of Blue. If you get a chance, he dug into the Blue Note archives, and he redid a lot of Blue Note songs. So Shade of Blue is also good. But who's been really putting work is your boy Ali Shaheed Muhammad. He has these series called Jazz is Dead. So if you can get in those series, is Ali Shaheed Muhammad and another brother. I don't know why the name is slipping me out right now, but they'll take
Robert
an artist.
Glasper.
No, not Robert Glasper, but of course Robert Glasper is someone you need to get into. Dang, he's slipping my mind, but I'll grab it. It's right here. Hold on.
While he grabs it, did I miss the toast? Did I miss the?
No. I'm about to start letting. We got Cadre in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and let him in. All right, what's going on? What's going on? Dre.
Brothers.
We got one more person that's in the back, but they need to connect. You need to connect your stuff.
Yeah.
So you need to connect your mic.
I'm drinking water from a large McDonald's cup.
I'm drinking water from a flask to help with the offset this.
I ran out of tequila, so I just went to vodka.
Right.
Oh shoot!
Vodka. Listen, I didn't have anything else light enough to not like tonight.
I'm drinking my enhanced
Pretty
water,
drinks.
herbal blend of.
Yo, you need to talk about your testosterone
He'll get to that.
vitamins, man. Yeah.
What's his?
Oh, good. You want to toast first, or you want to do that?
Yeah, let's toast.
He's got his moment in a few.
I don't want to say your moment, bro. It's all about you.
All right. Well, look, it's all about us. Here is to 2021, being 42.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jackie
All
Rob.
right now.
Jackie Robinson years.
Yeah.
But like, breaking barriers. That's what it's all about this year. And each one of you gentlemen who are on this podcast with me has helped me to do that. I see nothing but greatness for us and for anyone who's listening. And that's what I want to put out there in the world. So yeah, let's do this. Happy birthday to me.
Birthday, bro.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah.
You're here.
Happy birthday to you.
Hold on, your brother just popped in.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Fellas.
What'd you say?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's good, man? How you doing, Brick Bro?
Hey, man, just hanging in here. I just stumbled across the feed. I was like, hold up. What? Look, like that's little bro right there. So let me go ahead and jump on and give him a shout out, give him a happy birthday shout out. Man, you're doing a good thing, man. Proud of you.
Appreciate, man. Yo,
let's just talk about how y'all are twins, first of all.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, I want to say something too. Like I've learned something being a father of two boys who are close in age. So, I always thought that I was, much smarter than my brother. But what I realized by watching Zion, who's the youngest to Avery, what I realized is that Zion just learns from Avery. And so it's not that he's more advanced. He's just picked up on the stuff that, Avery already knows. And so it looks like he's more advanced because he's doing it a lot earlier. But in all reality, he's just sort of mocking or repeating what he sees. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I will definitely say that, I'll do respect to you because I owe a great deal of gratitude and success to you because, I'm pretty much just followed in your footsteps. And so I definitely want to just say that and give you your due respect and your due homage as well. So
Uh-oh. Nobody cried.
Man,
Nobody
I ain't getting ready to shed no tears up in here.
cried.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Hold it in. Hold it in. I love
But
Hold it in, dog. Hold that in.
but man, I'm just so proud of you, man. You know, being an entrepreneur is one of those hard things in life.
Yes.
When you just want to just give up, throw in the towel, and say forget it, go back to a 9-to-5 job, get you a paycheck, and just be done with it.
Yes.
But the Lord has more for you, and that's what we're here for, man. Is to coach and train and uplift the young people and just let them know that hey, the only person that's stopping you is the person in the mirror. That's you.
Appreciate it.
You know, being what I'm going on 21 years, or no, not 20. Yeah, close to 21 years as an entrepreneur, 13 years as the computer guy, and then also, you know, with Elevate Life Ministries, Morning Coffee with the Word, morning show on multiple platforms. I could just tell you that, you know, it wasn't easy. You ask God, this is my last dollar. This is my last dollar I have. What do you want me to do with it? Do you want me to invest in the show? And I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you. So, man, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head up. Hold that family down, man. Raise them boys to be boys, and get them to men status. And just know that no matter what you're doing the right thing as long as the Lord's talking to you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know?
And Delbert says, hey, that's real. Shout out to you, big bro, for being a big bro.
Yeah.
Listen, not everyone's fortunate to have an older brother. And so for those of us who don't, you know, we just adopt brothers who are older than us and learn from them. So I've been learning from you there. I've been learning from you, brother, and I appreciate it. And I can honestly say that I'm not the man that I am today without you and your influence. And I'm definitely not the man who I'm supposed to be. Like, my story cannot be told without you. So thank you for that.
Are y'all trying to make people cry today? Is that what's happening?
Yo, man.
Man,
It's black men love, man. Black men love.
I'm just speaking freely. I'm just speaking freely.
Yeah.
Hey, all I gotta say is, when you have little bro, get you out of the bed. Get out of the bed, get some clothes on, jump in the studio, turn on all these lights when I'm half asleep, and just come on to give a shout out. Man, that's all love right there.
That's love.
Yeah.
That's all love.
Yeah.
That's all
Gee.
love. So,
Gee.
you know, I want to celebrate his day. I know he has not been back to Indianapolis on his birthday. So we're gonna do something special. And I'm gonna write it down. Where's my pen right now? Here's my pen. I'm going to write it down. We're getting ready to throw you the biggest 50th birthday party here in the city of Indianapolis on your 50th. So you make sure that you are here back at home so we can celebrate with you.
You just got 8 years. That's all. Yo, thank you, big bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank y'all for popping in. We're gonna send you guys backstage. Stick around though. We might pull you back in. If there's anybody else who has something to add, you know, feel free to pop in. This is the Q&A portion.
Yeah.
Questions. And I saw a couple others that we didn't really get to before that I want to make sure we get to. And some of them have to deal with some of the topics that came long time ago. But that's all right. I just want to make sure that we honor our commitments here. And and the people who tuned in, because this is something that they just all took a chance on. They did not know what this was going to be about. And so, yeah. Oh, here we go. Kadre, I'm going to pop you back in, brother. And your question that you have for us during the pick a side.
Drinking all that water, McDonald's water.
Kadre, go ahead with your pick a side question. Gentlemen, we're going to do this in true pick a side fashion.
All right, I'll go first.
If Kadre would like us to clarify, he can ask us afterwards to clarify. But Kadre, go ahead with your question.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh well, my pick a side question earlier in the chat was music or sex?
Sex. See how quick that was?
Say it.
Elbow greasy.
Music. Music.
Yeah, we heard you.
I'm just stalling because I don't.
Boo.
Come on, Ricky.
God,
Yeah, Ricky.
that's really tough. I would have to say music. Music.
Sex.
Yes, music.
Sex.
I would say Musex.
That ain't a side, brother. That ain't a side.
Music.
This
We
creative.
got 3 musics and sex. Okay. Well, we know who's getting sex tonight. And we know who's listening to music.
My birthday.
I think there's an echo.
Kadre, which one?
Probably though.
We couldn't hear you, Kadre. Can you repeat that?
I said some of the best music.
Hold on, Kadre. This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
You have to either put headphones on.
Wait a minute. Yeah. That's what I'm.
Or turn off. Or turn off or mute the YouTube.
Or stop drinking McDonald's water. One of them. That's that soda water, right? You push.
All right, you ready, Kadre?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like clarification from any of us?
No.
Okay, Kadre, we're still having some technical difficulties.
Sorry, man. Get some Burger King water.
Stick around. We'll keep you backstage for a minute, and then we maybe bring you back.
Oh, man.
No, but I love that brother, man. He's always supportive of 6 Degrees, man. I really,
Yeah.
I love that brother, man.
Absolutely. Hold on, we have some people in here. Paul says music and sex. I think maybe you have the pick a side. Clear on the rules here. Let's pick a side. Listen, as I walk around, I learned early on as a youth that I would wake up, and it's probably around the time I start wearing boxers, that you have to pick a side. You have to pick a side. There's no in between. There's no middle ground. That's where the seam is. You have to pick a side.
Yeah, I gotta put this one up from Dez. Look how you said you spelled it. Music.
Where is this going on?
This is fun. Listen, I would like to clarify that. How about this? No. It's done in the question. It was done. Never mind.
It's done. It's fun.
No. Hold on just a second. I want to give you a chance, Kadre, to get in here and say what you had to say. But your sound got to be right. If it ain't right this time.
Okay, so you got me? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we got you.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, some of the best music is about sex. It's about sex.
Okay.
Plug Prince. Of course he's gonna plug Prince.
Which is why you got to music.
So yeah, and then you got D'Angelo. You got D'Angelo too.
Fact.
So yeah.
Well, thank you, Kadre, for that. We're gonna put you backstage again, and then and we'll bring you back later when we're done.
Yes.
Here's the question: which came first, the chicken or the egg? The music or the sex?
I actually have to take a whole other talk about it.
Hold on. We echoing right now.
Really bad. Make sure everybody make sure you have your echo cancellation enabled.
And that you're not watching the actual podcast.
Yeah. And then we should be back to normal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, what were you saying, Ricky?
Test.
I'm trying to fix my audio. Sorry.
I think my audio is off. It's off too.
Okay.
All I know is hearing myself, but it's cool. I'll talk through it.
Yeah, it's like a text. There's a text I heard about whole chicken and chicken, and they call me from
Ricky, you having a really bad. You got your headphones. Where your headphones at, bro?
Test.
Let's see, I have
While we're waiting here, just want to thank you all once again, everybody, for tuning in to this Free Agents podcast. Listen, we're going to keep coming with the episodes once weekly. This episode that you're listening to or that you're tuned into right now will be available for download on all your platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all them other, wherever you get your podcast from. Next Friday. What are you doing right now?
Testing see if I'm echoing.
Like now we're in the late hours.
Yeah, this is the after hours where niggas is tired of dancing. You just sitting there with your drink that you paid too much for, that you got to finish now, but you drunk already. And the girl you bought the drink for, you realize she left with the other dude, and you just sitting up against the wall. Not that that happened to me.
I do want to say this though. When it comes to like what came first, music or the sex, I feel like sex created music.
Absolutely, because I don't recall Adam and Eve playing guitar.
Yeah, Adam was playing something else, but that's for another episode.
Eve was playing with them apples.
Playing with the
But y'all church folk.
Church folk.
All right, guys, we've now entered the
Listen,
the hour.
Ricky, you wanna wrap us up, brother?
Yeah. I still have an echo. You're good.
Yeah. Plug your stuff though before you wrap us up.
Say it again.
Plug your stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yo, Ricky Getwood, life coach and personal trainer. My whole goal and focus is to help you figure out your purpose in life while getting it at the same time. And I've literally just come up with my own tinctures, I Am Remedy, where I mix the awesome blends of different herbs that will get you the results you want, whether you're trying to boost your testosterone, trying to lose weight, trying to chill out. I've created and have some of the best apothecaries in the world take it, put it in your wine. You actually can put it in your wine. You can put it in a bottle, sip it, drink it. You'll feel good, feel great, man. And I just want to say this as we're wrapping up, man. Look, this moment of like being intentionally free is everything I'm all about. You know, in the moments of life, you have to be present in the moment in order to understand what you're doing. If you're not present, you know, if you live in the past, you're depressed. If you live in the future, you're anxious. Like always be present, be necessary. You know what I mean? Be around the people who will help you feel better and be better. You know what I mean? And if you're not doing that, you're not living on purpose. So live your purpose.
Nice. So with that being said, this will wrap up this episode of the Free Agents podcast. Make sure that you please subscribe, click, follow, all of that great stuff. freeagents.pod on Instagram, freeagents_pod on Twitter. We also have, of course, our YouTube channel. So make sure you're following that. Make sure you click the notification so you can see us. And we will be coming to a podcast station near you. So whether that's on iTunes or on, what are the other ones? Because all I have is iTunes. Anyone else? No one else?
Twitch.
No, a podcast stuff.
I think that's
Spotify.
That's right. That's the one I was leaving out. So whether it's on Tidal, any place you find a podcast will be there. So this episode will be coming out next Friday. So tune in, and we should be back next Saturday. All right. So with that being said, love y'all, peace. 42.
Peace. Happy birthday, bruh.
Appreciate it.